Hey sneak peekers, Brianna here. With Loving just recently hitting the big screen, what time better than now to recommend some other great movies that reflect memorable moments in history. Here's a look at my top 5 historically significant films. I first have to begin my list with my favorite love story, Titanic. Now, while many people would label this film as a romance, the Titanic brings light to a tragic accident in history and social issues between the wealthy and the poor. In the movie, Jack, a starving artist, falls in love with Rose, a wealthy daughter born into money. When the ship crashes into an iceberg, the crew soon realizes there are only enough safety boats for less than half on board. The wealthy get priority of seating, leaving many of the poor, who are already housed at the bottom of the boat, to suffer. This tragic moment in history puts Titanic at the top of my list. Next is 12 Years a Slave. We've all seen it or at least heard about this film. What I admired the most is that nothing was sugar-coated. Several films relating to slavery oftentimes do not portray it on a gruesome level. In 12 Years a Slave, the beatings, whippings, and lynching scenes give a real look at what African Americans had to face as slaves. To think that one day you could wake up as a free man and then the next day you are owned frightens me on a level beyond explanation. Movies like 12 Years a Slave are important because U.S. history books do a terrible job at explaining the hardships of U.S. slavery. And of course, I'm a bit biased because the film does star Lupita Nyong'o. Now, my next two films both star Mel Gibson, so I'm sure you can guess what they are. Both Braveheart and The Patriot cover important times in history. From a story covering William Wallace and his fight for Scotland's freedom from Britain, to Benjamin Martin, a man who was forced to join the American Revolution when the British threatened to take his farm away, both are amazing films. I don't recall learning about them though. Without my parents sitting me down and showing me these films, I doubt I would have any knowledge of either of these battles. And last, but not least, and a bit on the lighter side, but only because it's in cartoon form, is Pocahontas. It wasn't until I was a freshman in college and babysitting my professor's kids that I realized the true historical significance, though not entirely historically accurate. You think you own whatever land you land on. The earth is just a dead thing you can claim. Sent chills down my spine because that really is the reality of the Pilgrims meeting the Indians. And to think Disney came up with that. Pocahontas allowed for American children to learn about our history on a lighthearted level. Stay woke, Disney. Well, that's all I have for you guys tonight. Gonna go download the Pocahontas soundtrack now.